Well, hi and welcome. I'm Colin Daniel from riffninja.com, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what you'll find in my course, The Ultimate Blues, Stage 3, all about rhythms and chords. And today we're going to have a look at 12 bar, and we're going to have a look at a double stop or a double note rhythm pattern that's really common and really popular, and we're going to have a look at how it fits into the 12 bar. So let's get started. Today we're going to have a look at a double stop, which is a 2-note interval, and we're going to put it into a 12 bar. And this is a really popular, common move, and it's a good place to start. It's a lot of fun, and it's used in a lot of rock and roll and blues, and it's used in a lot of music, country too. It's a very, very universal movement. A 2-note harmony could be called an interval, a double stop. Sometimes they call them rhythm riffs. I like to call it a rhythm riff. That's a cool name for it. What we're going to do is we're going to cover the 3 open changes that are possible on the guitar. The A, D, and E. And the A is right here using the open 5th string root. You know, that's open 5th string. The D, open 4th string root. And the E, open 6th string root. Now I'm going to teach you a 1-bar phrase, and we're going to learn to put it into a 12-bar pattern. Okay, so the first thing you got to know is that since A is 1, we have 3 basic changes in 12-bar. We have 1, 4, and 5. And for today, it's A, D, and E is the 1, 4, 5 because we're in the key of A pentatonic minor, right? And so we start with the A, and we always use the A open string as our drone, as our root. That establishes it. Underneath it, I'm playing the perfect 5th harmony, which is using my first finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and you play them together. That's really a power chord, right? But now we add the major 6 on the 4th fret, 4th string. Now I'm picking down and up. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so that was 2 bars, right? And the trick is that you play the perfect 5th interval for the first down up stroke, 1 and, then add the major 6 for the down stroke on the 2nd beat on the 2, and then back for the and to the perfect 5th. So it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and. Now you don't have to make a big right hand move. It's just, if you watch my right hand, it's just a little flick of the hand and a little movement of the wrist. And I'm actually resting my right hand palm a little bit on the strings just to control them. But I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the major 6, which is with my 3rd finger, is happening on the 2 and the 4 beat. So you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, just for an 8th note. This sounds really good raunched out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now notice this time I'm going to use a downstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can use the upstroke. It sounds a little different, right? It depends on what effect you want. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's a very cool move. Now you just repeat the same thing for the D. Here's your 1 and your 5. Your open D string, 4th string, is your root, right? So when you play the open D with the 3rd string, 2nd fret, using your 1st finger, you have the D perfect 5th. Now you add the major 6 with your 3rd finger. Same timing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, or with the down upstroke. So once you get that move, and you'll notice that it's just a repeat after you get the first two beats, like 1 and 2 and, then 3 and 4 and. So it's the same thing twice, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 of course, last but not least, the E, root 6, 6-string root. My E and B, the B is on the 5th string, 2nd fret. Same pattern for all 3 changes, right? Same rhythmic pattern too. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So once you've got that, then you just have to realize what one bar feels like. And that's why I count it out, so you know where the bar begins and ends. So you count yourself in, and let's say we'll start on an A here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So once you get used to that, what you want to do is put it into a very straightforward 12 bar. The most common 12 bar has 4 bars of A. I'm not saying that that's the most common key. I'm just saying that that's the most common change arrangement. So we'll have 4 bars of A. So you're going to play count 4 bars of A out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, that's your first 4 bars of the 12 bar. The next 4 bars are going to be the D for 2 and the A for 2. Now you notice I'm going in 4 bar sections. That's because that's the easiest way to get onto the 12 bar and remember it. You have 3 4-bar sections. So far we covered the first 2 4-bar sections, and all we got left is the last 4-bar section. And that'll go like this. Starts on the E. 1 bar of E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then 1 bar of D. Now this is your trickiest change, going from the E. You got to cross over all the way to the 3rd and 4th string. And then you're going to go back to the A for the last 2 bars. So all together now, let's put it together. I'm going to use downstrokes this time because I'm just in the mood to do it. But you can use down-upstrokes or downstrokes. They sound a little different, as you noticed. And so let's do the 12 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just like that. And so you see that a song or a jam will use that 12-bar phrase, and it'll start it all over again. Watch out, because in some of the 12-bar variations, they have a thing called a closing riff. I'll give that to you as a little bonus. One of the most common closing riffs is the chromatic passing note between the 4 and 5. Now, in this key, the key of A pentatonic minor, 1 is A, 4 is D, and 5 is E. So the chromatic pass note between the 4 and 5 would be D sharp. So, you know, if I have a D open, then a D sharp is here. This would be on the 4th string, right? D open, D sharp, and E. So at the very end, in your last 2 bars, you'd go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Which I'm sure you've heard before, right? And that kind of gives you an indication, okay, we're done with that, we're going to start it again. There are some songs that don't use any closing riffs, and then you've got to watch out, and you've got to make a mental note of where the 12th bar ends and the 1st bar begins again. That's one of the reasons for the closing riff. Just something to keep in mind. So let's go over the last 4 bars just so you get the idea, and then we'll continue on into the second 12 bar. You ready? Last So we're going to start on the E. Last 4 bars of this 12 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can either continue or end it. All right. I hope this has given you some inspiration and some knowledge. And if you'd like to take your guitar rhythm playing to the next level, why don't you check out riffninja.com, stage 3. Thank you for your time and have fun.